Come on. I know it's been a while. I know it's been a minute. Y'all get on this thing right now. I just want to talk tonight, if that's okay with many of you on tonight. God bless each and every one of y'all. I just want to talk a few things that's been on my mind that I just want to lift up and talk about with y'all on this evening. I know it's a little early, but I want to get this off. As y'all can see, I'm still at work, so I don't have that much time. But again, I just wanted to talk to y'all on tonight. God bless each and every one of y'all. Please let us know where you're watching from. To God be the glory. Hope everybody's had a beautiful and productive day. I want to talk to y'all. I really want to talk to y'all just for a few minutes, if y'all don't mind, because there is a concept that God is developing that I want to share with y'all. And you have to learn how to stop giving life. And let me know if this is you. As always, shout out your city, your state, your location. Let us know where you're watching from. But as always, you have to let me know if this is you via comment section. Stop giving life to things that God has already killed. I don't know if that's y'all, and it'll make sense in a minute. I'm just setting everything up, but it'll make sense in a minute. How many of us can honestly say that we continue to give life to situations, we continue to give life to exes, we continue to give life to family members and friends and all kind of entities. We continue to give life to these things. Oh God, and God has already killed it. And understand this, because some of us, it's our nature to fight. It's our nature to always have a response. I was having a conversation with one of my co-workers today at work, and that was something that came up, is that we have a natural ability to respond to what people are doing. But what if I told you that you are giving life to what people are doing because you continue to respond to it? Oh God, y'all don't like it already. What if I told you that some people in your life were only still alive, or some enemies in your life were only still alive because you make them relevant, because you make them popular, because you allow them the vessel to continue to be fed, because you keep giving life to that situation. You keep giving life to those people. And so what begins to happen time and time again is that we keep asking God, why does this keep coming back? Or why does it seem like it's a revolving door? And God is saying, because you keep giving it life. Whether that's a situation that happened within your family, or whether that's a ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend, and you're in a relationship now and everything is going good, but something keeps happening, something keeps clicking, and something keeps making you clicking, something keeps making you revert back, and you're like, why does these old people keep popping up? Why do they keep doing these things? And it's because your need to respond to it on social media, or it's your need to that you've heard they said or did something, and you have to go research it. You have to respond to it. And God is saying that, watch this, I'm trying to elevate you past those things, but I can't elevate you because you keep giving life to things that I call dead. You keep giving life to things that I said that, oh my God, that I'm through with. You keep giving life to people and things of that nature that I told you oh my God. And so watch this. I'll prove it to you in a second. Your response is everything. I didn't have the opportunity to teach last night, but God had been dealing with me heavily. I asked a question and got a response. And so what happened was, watch this. We show how much we value something based on our response. Pastor Devin, what's going on? Jazzy, what's going on? God bless each and every one of y'all. Share it, bless somebody with it. I'll prove it to you. We show how much value we give something, or how much we care about something, because of what we choose to respond to, negatively or positively. What does that mean? Because you can say, I'm done with that situation, or I'm done with those people, or I'm done with those feelings, or I'm done with that relationship, or I'm done with that job. But the moment somebody says something to us, or the moment, oh my God, we hear something about it, we're researching it, or we're talking about it again, or we feel some type of way and we start bringing up what they did to us, or we try to shame the situation. And so what is happening is the enemy is gaining influence, because, oh my God, the enemy is gaining influence because you continue to give life to dead situations. Everything is not warranted a response. My mom says all the time, what you ignore will go away. What you don't respond to will die. And I love this, because if you don't water a plant, it will die. If you don't put money in the bank, the account will close. But what happens is we keep cashing checks in accounts that should have been closed a long time ago. Oh my God. And so we're mad with God, or we're mad within ourselves, and God is saying, you keep giving life to these situations. That's just one thing I wanted to talk about. Another thing I wanted to address was This gonna hurt a lot of people, but I have to say it. If not, God won't be pleased. I have to share this with y'all and tell y'all this, because if I don't tell you, God is gonna hold me responsible. Another thing is, stop thinking that your favor stops with family. Oh God. I'll say it like I really feel it. Stop thinking that your favor stops with family. What does that mean? Because when they asked Jesus who was his family members, and a lot of times our favor is caught up in our family. A lot of times we are in bondage because of our family. A lot of times we try to take people just because they have our same last name, or just because they are constructed with us through DNA or bloodline. We try to take them with us. But I love how Jesus approached the family concept, because he says, watch this. He says, there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. That literally means that my favor doesn't stop with my family. My connections do not stop with the people in my family, because a lot of times we let longevity or last name cause us to lack, cause us to be in struggle, because we want them to win. We want it to work with them. And now we're trying to force something. And if you have to force it, it ain't favor. Yeah. If you have to force it, it ain't favor. I know that hurt. I know, and we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. I can't band-aid it up tonight. But if you have to force it, it isn't favor. If nobody wants to walk with you and you have to continue to carry them, or you're saying just because we've been together for a long time that I have to make it work with these people, and I have to make this person like me, and I have to make this person respect me, and all of these type of things. I want it to work. I'm forcing it to work. It is not favor, because when something is favor, it can never be forced. You can't say that it's favor and it's forced at the same time. You can't say that it's God and then you got to force it to work, or you got to manipulate the situation, or you have to deceive for it, or you have to compromise. It is not God. And so I love the concept that Jesus says, because it says oh my God, that there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. That literally means that God will send me somebody. God will place something in my life that will be stronger than a bond than a family ever could. I love this so much, because that gives hope for many of us that are the black sheep. That gives hope for many of us that have been beaten, have been broken by family, and have dealt with all kind of generational things. And so if that is you on today, there is hope beyond that. But not only does he say that, but when the disciples begin to ask him who his family was, I love this so much. He didn't say my half brothers and sisters. He didn't say the people that I grew up around. He didn't say the people that have my last name. But when they asked him who his family was, he says, the ones that do the will of my Father. Can I help you right here? Anything that you cannot hold accountable, or will hold you accountable, will always be a hindrance in your life. Yeah, turn me up. I need some highs on that. Anything that you cannot hold accountable, or will not hold you accountable, will always be a hindrance in your life. You keep wondering why I'm stuck with these people. I'm stuck in this situation. And that's really because there is no accountability within the relationship. And so if there is no accountability, then the relationship will never be real. I know it's a real relationship, but it will never be real without accountability. Everybody wants accolades. Everybody wants acknowledgement, but nobody wants accountability. You cannot be connected in the kingdom without criticism. You cannot go forward without criticism. And so if there are people in your life that can't handle constructive criticism, or if there are entities in your life that cannot handle accountability, then you need to let those things go. Jesus did not let his favor stop. Jesus did not let his connection stop because of his family members. Because if you remember, the people that he grew up around, they wouldn't even receive him. They still perceived him as a little boy. They still perceived him as a poor carpenter. They still perceived him on what his family had done. But I love this, because when they asked him, he says, the ones that do the will of my Father. So anything, oh my God, it may not have your DNA, but it can share the same destiny as you. Y'all don't like it. They may not have your same DNA, but it can share the same destiny with you. What do you mean? He says, the ones that do the will of my Father, the people that are chasing after what I'm chasing after, the people that will hold me accountable, the people that are going where I am trying to go, the people that give me constructive criticism to grow me into the next level, the people that push me even when I feel like falling, the people that hold me up even when I've been bearing down. And so what are you saying? The ones that do the will of my Father. I just want to talk. I don't want to preach. I don't want to teach. I just want to talk, because many of us are lacking the education when it comes down to this type of things. And so your favor does not stop in your family. I know many of you, really don't have a family concept, and that's good because now God can step in and do what he wants to do. I know many of you have been isolated. I know many of you have been rejected. Many of you have even been called too much, even though you tried to give your all to people. But God is saying, even in that instance, I'll be your mother. When your mother and father have forsaken you, then I, Christ, will take you up. And so what does this mean? And another thing I want to address, another thing that I want to address and talk about with y'all on tonight is understand this. You have to learn the quality of staying quiet. That's how I wanted to say that. You have to learn the quality of staying quiet. What does that mean? Everything is not warranted a response. I know this goes back to what we talked about in the first place, but God really wants me to hit on this. You have to understand the quality and the concept of being quiet. When he says that stand still and see the salvation of God, that means that all I need you to do is stay here. I don't need you to say anything. I don't need you to think anything, but I need you to stand still and know that I am God. I need you to stand still and see the salvation of God. What is wrong with a lot of us, including myself, is that we have a problem with being still. We think that if we're not, matriculating, we're not progressing. Oh, Jesus, that's a word for somebody. We think that if we're not moving, we're not progressing. But what if I told you that you could be moving in the wrong direction? What if I told you that you could be walking through a door that God never intended for you to go through? I know y'all gonna log off because y'all don't like that, but the real ones will stay on and get this word, because what is happening is everything is not warranted a response. Everything, you don't have to go back and forth. When it says stand still, I know it's in your nature. I was giving a metaphor or a scenario or something that I had watched and seen. I've been studying Muhammad Ali, and in one of Muhammad Ali's famous bouts, he barely threw any punches. He was fighting this person, and I mean, it was getting the best of him, and he barely threw punches. And I kept saying to myself, why would he stand there and take a beating? Why would he stand there and allow this man to hit on him round after round, a minute after minute? And why is it that he's allowing himself to take so much? Because he was being still. Because watch this, not by might, not by power, but by God's Spirit. What are you saying? That you cannot win this fight by your strength. Oh my God. Y'all don't like it. Oh my God. You cannot win this fight by your strength. What does that mean? Because the scripture says in Ecclesiastes 9 and 11, I believe, it says that the race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but to he that can endure to the end. That means that God does not care about how strong you are. God does not care about how fast you can get there. God does not care about any of your physical capabilities. All God cares about is your obedience. Can you obey and stay still when the enemy is fighting you? Can you obey and stay still when you got every reason to live? Every reason to leave? Can you obey and stay still when the odds are stacked up against you? Can you obey and stay still when it feels like the walls are closing in on you? Can you obey and stay still even though you are justified, even though you are warranted to say something? Can you stay still? Because it's in your stillness and your obedience that he gets glory. What if I told you the reason that you haven't got out yet is because you can't stay still? Oh, Jesus. What if I told you the reason that you're caught up in what you're caught up in now is because you can't stay still? You're seeking God for a marriage. You're seeking God to restore your marriage. You're seeking God for your business, but you can't stay still long enough to see him work. You're seeking God for a new opportunity, but you can't stay still enough to see him work. The business is not prospering, but you won't stay still enough to see it work. The marriage is not going good, but you won't stay still enough to see it work. And when you can't be still, that's when the devil gets busy. Oh my God. The devil loves a busybody. Because if you're too much of a busybody, that means you can't still long enough to hear and download and be obedient to what God is saying. I love it. He tells them to stand still, literally don't move. I love a concept. If you go throughout the Bible, he literally tells them on several occasions to be still. What do you mean? He says peace and then be still. Wait a minute, not peace be still, but peace and then be still, because you can't be still until you got peace. Oh my God. And the reason why we move so much is because we don't have peace in situations. Come on now. We didn't get peace from the last relationship, so we can't be still in this one. We didn't get peace from the last career, so we can't be still in this one. We didn't get peace in the last business, so we can't be still in this one. We didn't get peace in the last friendship. I know I'm on your street finna knock on your front door. In the last relationship, so we can't be still in this one. But God is saying when you can be still, that's when you'll be blessed. Can I tell you what our God does for many of us, for all of us, if we be honest and we allow him to, and we'll be obedient and allow him to work? Watch what God does. God literally, he tells them, oh my God, stand still, see the and receive the salvation of God. What does this mean? And he goes on to tell them, he says, listen, this battle is not for you. I'll fight the battle. I'll fight the battle. I'll be your God. I'll show them that I am the way maker. I'll show them that I am the redeemer. All I need you to do is be still. And when you be still, the enemy you see today, you won't see tomorrow. Okay. The enemy you see today, you won't see tomorrow. What does that mean when I learn to be still? What does that mean for my perspective? What does that mean for my marriage? What does that mean for my business? I'm glad you asked. He says, oh my God, the enemy, if you be obedient, the enemy you see today, you won't see tomorrow. That literally means that if I be still today, God will go into tomorrow and fight everything and clear it out of my way. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, y'all don't like it. That means that if I can be still today, he will go into tomorrow and fight everything that was trying to attack me. Listen, they didn't have a strong enough army, but they were still. They didn't have the weaponry of what they needed to defeat the enemy, but they were still. Oh my God. The land that they were trying to conquer was too much for them, but they were still. And when you get still, God will show you success in any situation, but it only happens when you be still. Now, watch this. I gotta leave y'all alone here. Now, when you be still, right? Watch what happens. You know when an animal is on the loose, the first thing they tell you is to be still. Come on, somebody shout "be still" in the comment section. Watch this. Oh my God, when an animal is attacking you, Jesus, when I gotta get off this thing. When an animal is attacking or when an animal is on the loose, they tell you to be still and be quiet. Why is that? Because if you don't be still and you don't be quiet, it's not that you're scary, but you're smart. Many times you respond to stuff because you don't want people to think that you're scary. You don't want people to think that you're weak. And God is saying sometimes you got to learn how to close your mouth and shut up, because it's not that you're scary, you're smart. It's you showing obedience to me, oh my God, that I will cause you to prosper. So what does this mean? When an animal is on the loose, let's just say a lion is on the loose or a bear is on the loose, they tell you to be still. Why am I being still? Because when I'm being still, it can't sense my movement. Y'all missed it. When I'm being still, it can't sense my movement. Oh my God. And if it can't sense my movement, then it'll bypass me. Oh my God. God needs you to be still in this season so what the enemy is trying to attack you with can bypass you. The reason, oh Jesus, the reason why you can't get it is because you won't be still enough to see it work. They're on the loose. They're on the prowl. And when an animal is on the loose, they're telling you to be still. They're telling you to be quiet. Why? Because what's attacking other people won't attack you if you be still. If you just learn how to be still. Well, how do I be still? You got to learn how to close your mouth and not respond to all the negativity. Let's be honest, because I've done it before. This is a rebuke for me. I never go and acknowledge the good comments. I always go run and see what somebody said negatively about me. I never run to the good reviews. I always run to the bad reviews of what people have said about me. I never go and see whether people have given me praise or said I've done something good. I always run and see what people have said bad. And God is saying what is happening is you're always looking for a negative response and you won't be still. You will not be still. He's trying to give you peace. He's trying to give you understanding. He's trying to give you clarity for the next move, but you won't be still. Oh my God. What if I told you you were bringing unnecessary warfare to your life because you won't be still? What if I told you the enemies that you are currently fighting, the reason why it seems like too much because you won't be still? He says, let me fight your battles. I can handle this. Oh my God. They're whooping me. They're fighting me. I can't defeat it. And it wasn't for me to defeat in the first place. That's why I got to learn how to be still. That's why I got to learn how to keep my mouth closed. That's how I got to learn how to stop giving energy to all these other entities. That's why I have to learn to let things die and stay dead. That's why I have to learn to stop beating a dead horse. That's why I have to learn to stop placing stop placing my treasure in empty vessels. That's why I have to learn how to keep my mouth closed and hold my tongue sometimes, because God wants me to be still so he can get the glory and give me the victory. but it doesn't happen if I don't be still. So I want you to understand on tonight that it's in your stillness that you become successful. Listen, this is a new challenge. This is a new thing that God is doing in the life of me, my wife, some colleagues, some friends of ours, and it is literally teaching me to be still and trust God no matter what. Because if many of you know me, I'm the type of person that I like to have a handle on something. But if you have a handle on it, if you know everything that's going on, then it ain't God. Oh my God! If you can figure out the next move, then it's not God. Oh, God will give you insight, but He will never give you enough intel to be smarter than Him. And so when you begin to be still and allow Him to work, then you don't have to deal with the necessary warfare. Jesus, I don't have to deal with the negativity from my family if I just learn how to be still and don't respond. I don't have to deal with the effects of a bad relationship, of a broken heart, if I just be still and wait on God to give me the relationship that He has for me. I don't have to worry about people lying and being jealous and envy of me, and I don't have to worry about responding to it if I just learn how to be still. I don't have to worry about losing or lacking or being in poverty or being in bondage if I just learn how to be still. And so your success is tied up in your obedience to be still. God bless you. God keep y'all. Y'all pray for the preacher as we continue to go forward. Listen, keep pushing. Share this message. There's 60 of you on here. It should be at least 60 shares sharing this word, blessing somebody with it all across the world. We love you. We are praying for you. Keep pushing. Pray, prepare, and praise until something happens. God bless you.